Hello, Blaine Davis. Sorry you missed our lesson on Saturday. Hope your hip and ribs are feeling a lot better from the fall. Hope you're able to get back to normal. Hopefully, not too much bruising happened from the fall. This is just a quick video of some stuff we would have gone over on Saturday, and to help you as you prepare for our lesson this coming week. So we're going to start off, we've been doing some bow transfers. There's my screen a little bit. So some bow transfers like this. And as we do this, we're going to see how smooth of a change we can get both at our frog and at our tip in our bow. Again, it feels different on different strings. So we're going to see how smooth a bow change we can get both at the frog and tip. We also had our shifting that we were working on. So we had our A shifts. As we're doing this, really want to feel like our finger glides on the very top of the string. So you can see this, my fingers are down. Let's glide in the very top of the string, arrive in a new position, finger goes down. Lift up. So I'm not lifting the whole finger up, just lifting to glide on the very top of the string. As I do the shift, we also had B shifts, which are lower to higher finger shift. And as I'm doing this, my guide finger, let's see if I can show this. My guide finger is going to guide me to the new position harmonic-wise, and then I just put the other finger down. And then that finger glides down, and I put the other finger down. So if I were to do it in slow motion, I have... So the guide finger actually isn't going down solidly until after I put the new finger down. So we can focus on that, making sure the guide finger is guiding us to the new position, but I don't keep it fully in the string. It stays as a harmonic until I put the new finger down. Hope that makes some sense. We also had our scale, which we're working on, and then also our etude, to think about that. And then one other thing we talked about the other week, some octaves. As we're doing the octaves, we want to feel like our hand lightens up between each one. And I'll attempt to do octaves on violin. Normally don't, I do on viola. So there's a couple ways I can practice my octaves. I can go like this, play the bottom note and the top note. Do it that way, where I'm just doing bottom note, top note, and then play it as an octave, and then just slide the hand up. I could do the opposite. As I'm doing this, I'm going to try to leave my fingers down once I put the 4. So I'm not going to lift up my finger, either finger. I'm just going to slide it up on my strings. And then I can play it straight like this. The other thing that's helpful to think about as you're doing your shifts are to think of where your half steps and whole steps are with the octave. So as I'm going, I have G to A as a whole step, A to B as a whole step, B to C as a half step, so it's going to be a smaller movement. And then I go to D, and then I have D to E as a whole step, E to F sharp as a whole step, F sharp to G as a half step. So knowing where my half steps and whole steps fall is going to be really helpful for the octaves to know, do I need to go a little bit farther, a little bit closer? And then don't be afraid to take time. You could even play them several times like this. One other thing to think about, I don't remember if we have this problem or not, as we're putting our 4th finger down, if instead of thinking it going like that, I'm going to think of it going a little bit more on on the corner, the thumb side corner of the finger. Let me turn it around, see if I can show it from this angle. So rather than going directly on string like that, which can be easy to want to do this as I'm doing the octaves, I'm actually going to lean it back just a little bit like this, which actually can help with the octave. So if you notice, I'll try to show. So here's if I go right on. So again. That's if I go right on the tip. If I go a little bit at an angle, it feels odd at first. So I'm going to try to go on this thumb side corner of the finger rather than that. It just puts a little bit less strain on that 4th finger. Because if I go like this, all of a sudden I'm straining it out. Whereas if I relax it back, go a little more angle, it relaxes the hand as you do that. Okay? And then in our scale as well, we can do our scale with our bow stroke we've been doing for our kukler. So so our brush stroke, try to get a good sound with that. The other way we could do our scale is with our 8th to 16th rhythm. And try to get a really good connected sound, thinking about our fingers being just a little bit firmer, maybe not so flexible, and maybe a little bit less bow hair, so not flat bow hair, but just a little bit of tilt, and see if that helps with our tone production for that rhythm. that part of our scale. So eighth to 16th rhythm with our scales as well. And then in our kukler, one spot I wanted to hear, I'd like to hear for our next lesson is 49, just to hear how this part is coming. That part, for me, what feels actually most awkward is actually the transition from each measure. So I would probably isolate, this be personal. You may not be struggling with this. This would be personal for me. I would isolate when the pattern changes. So for instance, in 49, I would isolate between the third and fourth beats. Practice that several times. And then from beat 4 in 49 to beat 1 in 50, right there. Right there, and figure out, okay, can I move my 1? For me, my 1 tends to be sluggish, getting over, and 3 feels a little bit odd. The other way we can do is practice in double stops. So forth like that, where I'm checking all my intervals, making sure those are nice and tuned. It helps your hand know when to put that finger down, because if I can leave other fingers down, I know it says to leave 1 down, but honestly, if I could leave my 2 down as well, going into 49, and leave this 2 down, that as well as the 1, that's going to help rather than doing. I mean, I can do it, but if I can leave it down. The other way to do this is either with rhythms or also separate bows. So like that, or I can do it with rhythms, long, short. I can do it with the metronome, try doing it faster and faster as well. And probably the hardest, at least for me, finger-wise, 49 through 56 is probably the hardest section with the fingers and getting the fingers to do what I want them to do, and my bow. So this is a couple of quick things to work on as you practice this week, and hope to see you Saturday. Again, hope you're feeling better, and look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Have a wonderful week. Bye.